Hi, I'm Maxim Thompson, the director, editor, cinematographer, camera operator, and I guess caterer for the documentary Operation Syncopation. Ta-da! What is the Operation Syncopation about? Well, it is the result of a thesis done by Professor Amelia Oldfield back at the start of the millennium in 2000, where she looked at the short-term effect of music therapy for children who are just diagnosed with autism. So she had 10 families take part in this thesis. So all their sessions were recorded on VHS tapes by her colleague, Emma Davis. And so all this footage would then be used for the thesis and then for more education and more referential information, in particular for music therapy for students and peers alike. But now we had this footage, and so Amelia decided to do a project where she looked at the long-term effect for music therapy on children, now young adults who are diagnosed with autism. And so the children, now young adults, along with their parents, were invited back to look over the footage, see how it would make them feel, and be interviewed to talk about their experiences then and now, and sort of talk generally about the process of having a child who is diagnosed with autism, as well as the general feeling around this particular subject. So we made this film, and it premiered last month at the Cambridge Film Festival, for which we won the Silver Punt Award for Best Documentary, which is fantastic, but the journey for this film does not end there. We want to have this film be seen by as many people as possible, and so we are also working on the second stage of post-production for this, because we took in notes from the premiere of what people had to say, things that worked, things that didn't, and we're now working on making this film even better. And this is where the Indiegogo campaign comes in, because in order to do that as efficiently and as properly as we want to, we need to raise a little bit of collateral. The budget we're looking to get is around £5,000. That sounds like a lot of money, but considering BBFC certification for this film will be around £1,000, you can quickly see how the money is going to be spent and why. So, as mentioned, BBFC, that's where a fifth of the proposed budget for this campaign is going to go. The rest will go towards, for one, like I said, the second stage of post-production, in particular professional sound engineering and grading. We want this film to look and sound as nice as possible because it's going to potentially be seen by a very large audience. So we want to have the ability to hire professional sound engineers and graders to help make that happen. And we would also like the opportunity to be able to pay them as well. It's always a nice thing when you can pay people for making a fantastic contribution to a project like this. The other thing that the money is going to go towards eventually will be general festival submission fees. The average big festival, it will cost around maybe £50-60 to submit a film, and considering we're going to try and submit it to every single festival we can find, both in England and all over the world, that's going to be a lot of money going towards that as well. The rest of the money will go towards general things. We're going to have a bit more of a visual stimulant throughout parts of the film, which will involve a couple of small animation sequences to enhance the particular parts where it's a lot more analytical and a lot more academic. And so, yeah, I will be then becoming an animator for this film as well, if my job title wasn't already multi-hyphenated as possibly it could be. So yeah, so that's generally where all the money is going to go to, into those three stages in particular. There'll be small other bits and pieces here and there that it will also go to as well, but those will probably be detailed as we go along. So in terms of that, there are reward tiers that we have in place, and they're very simple and basic ones for now, but if we're able to raise above and beyond this budget, then there is a potential to have a few more reward tiers dotted about from place to place if we see it as a possibility. But for now, if you pledge £5 to this project, you will get a thank you in the credits and a HD link for the finished film. So once the film is properly done and it's been seen and it's been released on whatever platform it ends up being released on, you will still get a HD link to it that is yours. So you don't have to worry about where it's going to go next. You will be able to see the final film regardless. At £10, you get, on top of the thank you in the credits and the HD link to the finished film, there will also be exclusive content and updates. There are a couple of deleted scenes that we didn't have time to fit into the film, which we'll be happily show you as well. There is a lot more potential to do follow-on films concerning this particular subject, and so you will have exclusive access to those as well, along with many other things dotted here and there. We will also update you on if the film is going to be screened anywhere near you anytime soon, so you can still get the chance to maybe, I don't know, see it on the big screen, or, you know, come meet us. You know, basically we're going to keep you in the loop at £10. At £20, you get those rewards, but then you will also get some exclusive artwork. We mentioned that we're going to have animation sequences made for this film, and so once the animation sequences have been done, we will have all of these cells that will need a home. So we'd like to give you one of these special animation cells that will be signed with a seal of approval. So yay, physical award. It's all looking fantastic. Then at £100, you'll get all of those previously mentioned awards, as well as the chance to see the film as it is. We will, as soon as the project is done and we've raised whatever money we have, if you pledged £100, you'll be able to get to see the film as it currently is. This way, you will then be able to give your comments, your critiques, your positive feedback, your negative feedback. We will take those into consideration and use them to help improve the film. The idea is not necessarily to make a film that is going to be profitable. We have no intention to make a profit from this film. We want to make a film that really makes a difference, and having your contribution to that, I can only feel would help us exponentially. And then finally, at £1,000, and this is the God tier. We're not expecting anyone to pledge £1,000 here, but we figured we might as well give people the option just in case. So at £1,000, you'll get all of those previously mentioned awards, as well as executive producer credits. So your name will appear in big flashing words on the screen at some point during the credits, and maybe we'll have, I don't know, fireworks or a banner saying "Well done, you" to accommodate it. You know, we'll make you feel as proud as possible for contributing so much to our project. But on top of that, shall we say, slightly here and there, a sort of award of, you know, recognition, we will also give you the opportunity to pitch whatever short film idea you want to make. I am a filmmaker, and I have made many films in my time. This one's probably the most successful film I've made so far, but I still will be making other films while I'm working on this, and one of those films could be yours. So if there's a dream idea you've always wanted to make but never had the time, the resources, or the know-how to do it, that's where you can ask us. If you just want to promote a business or a practice or anything like that, then that's all gravy as well. So I guess that's all I really have to say for now. Thank you for watching this video. There'll be more description of the project in the actual text that will be dotted around this page. So if you want to learn more, then do have a read of that as well. If you want to contact us about it, then our information should be somewhere on this page as well. And yeah, I hope that somehow I've managed to convince you. So thank you for watching. Where is the button?
Help! I'm looking to show today.